If Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, former Lagos State Governor and chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, thought his lifelong ambition to become Nigeria's president was going to be easy, the last 48 hours should have given him an inkling of the forces that he's up against. Like the last Edo State governorship election, where he backed the candidacy of the APC candidate, Pastor Sage Ize Yamo, and was emphatically told, Edo no be Lagos. Is the electorate about to remind them that Nigeria not be Lagos? But before the presidential election proper, what are Tinubu's chances of clinching the ticket of the APC and remaining committed to the party in the unlikely event he fails to do so? Beyond the APC, Tinubu will have to factor in the main opposition People's Democratic Party and the presidential candidate likely to be presented by the party. He will also come under scrutiny on his stance on pertinent national issues such as state police, the security situation, the economy, and restructuring. Well, to discuss all the issues at play and how the PDP intends to respond to the likelihood of a Tinubu candidacy in the 2023 election, we are now being joined by Chief Bode George, former PDP National Vice Chairman, Southwest Zone, and former military governor of Ondo State. Good morning, Chief Bode George, and thank you for joining us.
Always my pleasure, and Happy New Year, Ruben.
Yes, sir. Same to you. Thank you for joining us. Well, I mean, the introduction talks at length about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but since he visited the president to inform him officially that he will be running for president, there have been other persons who have shown up. We have Dave Umahi, the governor of Ondo State. We have Senator Oji Uzo Kalu. And I guess before the week runs out, there will probably be more persons on both sides, on all sides, in fact. Dele Momodu, Dele Momodu of the PDP has also indicated his interest. Dr. Donyo Kupe has also indicated interest. Kingsley Mohalo says he's still part of the race. So I'd just like to find out from you what you think. Now it looks like the momentum is building up. I know your position on Asiwaju Tinubu, so I don't want to dwell on that. Although I was joking yesterday that you must have had insomnia overnight, seeing that, he is showing interest.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ruben. Firstly, I want to clear one area of discussion. There's nothing personal on this issue. Well, he has every right to throw up his hat into the ring to compete. But what I am saying, and it is not a dogfight, this is a matter of life and death for our nation. We cannot continue to drift. Yes, he has a right legitimately to say he wants to throw his hat into the ring, and he has declared. Now, but Nigerians we have to be very careful. We have to be extremely careful. I'm happy halfway house, the president in his bill saying now there will be electronic transfer of results to the collation center in Abuja. Makes a lot of difference. But the most important part of it, that is direct primaries, that will remove the control of primaries from godfathers, is still there. In a civilized society, democracy is so vital, is so important. Whatever it takes, whatever we will need to make it succeed, we must do. So I disagree with their party from this issue of indirect or direct primaries. I support direct primaries because we had done it in this country before. That's like option A4. Now, having said that, I want to plead with Nigerians because the most important thing is that we must not be lethargic. We must not shy away. If you put a garbage into a computer, what will be the outcome? Garbage. So please, this is the time we must come out in millions and be very, very, very conscious that it is the safety of this country, the future of this country, that must give kudos, enliven the younger generation, because right now it's a state of hopelessness and a state of helplessness. What is the future for this young generation? And even some of us who are over 70. So for him to say he wants to contest, and the most annoying part of it was what he said, that he had been a kingmaker all his life. And now he himself wants to be king. Let me remind him, because he's a Yoruba man, in my part of the world, kingmakers are called Afobaje. Afobaje Kijoba. When you are a kingmaker, you don't throw yourself and say it's now your turn. So by saying that publicly, that, oh, I am a kingmaker, I've been, now I want to be king. Fallacies. Fallacies. And we must, anybody who throws his heart in the ring, it is our responsibility to challenge them, to x-ray them. Is he, what kind of character is he? Is he reliable? Is he dependable? Is he honest? Would he be the kind of person who will appropriate the resources of this country to himself? Because when you come out to the people, to the electorate, to campaign, all you are saying is, trust me, that I will manage the resources of this country for the betterment of the people. Not manage it for the betterment of yourself, your wife, your children. No. No. And so if you look at his past, all he had done, is he worth even throwing tantrums all over the place that, yes, I am ready, I want to be president of Nigeria? It's an insult on us. And my party will be quite ready. It will not be a dogfight. We will center ourselves on justice. We will center ourselves on fairness. We will center ourselves on equity. Let them come out. We must not shy from telling the truth to power.
Thank you very much, sir. You've made your point very clear and you've been consistent. So I must ask you, sir, what exactly is the cause of your hostility towards Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Is it a personal issue?
You know, that's when I had my own intro. There's absolutely nothing personal. This is my nation. At 77, I won't be able to tell the truth to power because I know some facts about this character. He ran my state since 1999, finished 8 years of absolute nonsense, appropriating all the resources of our state to his personal aggrandizement? No. So, nothing that is personal. Absolutely nothing. But to be able to speak and tell the truth to power, I owe it to my Creator, my God, the Almighty, and I owe it to the future generations of this country. You know, I come from a very politically potent family. My great-granduncle was the late Papa Herbert Macaulay, the first Nigerian politician. And he was in the throes of trying to unite both the North and South, that he died. So we must continue that fight. Our country must come out from the doldrums of filth, and let's have people of competence, people with character that is sellable anywhere in the world, people who will be abidingly loyal to this nation, not to your son, your daughter, your wife, your family, and then you see yourself kingmaker. And said the kingmaker now will become the king. No, sir, no, it's not done in a civilized society. So that's all. I have absolutely no qualms. Nothing between me and him as hatred. But to tell the truth, if I can't tell the truth at this age, then why am I living? Because these things I'm saying are well known. Why should we be shy away from educating the people? And I want to plead with the media. This year is so critical for the future of Nigeria. When you see facts, let's throw it at anybody who wants to compete. Let's find out. Because if we don't do it, we will also be culpable. Please.
Okay. You keep saying your argument is the APC hasn't done well, but a lot of people argue in return that is the PDP any better, that your party too had the chance. There was not much they did to change Nigeria, so the PDP is as complicit. What is going on as regards, zoning? Is it going to be zoned to the north? Because a lot of people say there are fractures in your party, the PDP, as it is today. The governors are pushing, against some candidates, established candidates, and the PDP doesn't seem to get its acts right, and it's in a limbo itself. It doesn't know where to go. So a lot of people are saying too that you too, the PDP, you've got your own problems.
Is there any organization anywhere in the world that will not have discussions, disagreements? We can disagree, but we must not be disagreeable. And in the local parlance from my part of the world, we tell people that all of us cannot sleep and face the same direction. There will be opinions, there will be differences, but the quality of management is how you rise above personal interests. I want to assure Nigerians, right, that the PDP, we have a culture, we have norms, we have methodologies by which we manage ourselves. Of course, everybody is still throwing tantrums and all that. The final zoning will come out. If you remember, our founding fathers came out with a very brilliant managing this country. And I tell you what they did. Now, if you look at, I'll mention a few of them, people who could not be in the same political room discussing unity. Chief Bola Ahmed with Alex Ekweme, was that possible? Or with Jim Wobodo, or with Alhaji Shiroma, or Babanga Tuko. These were people who came together, not on their own personal interest, but for the sake of this country. And now they divided Nigeria into 6 geopolitical zones. Now, and they now said there are 6 top positions in this country: the president, the vice president, the senate president, the speaker, the secretary to government, and the national chairman of the party. Because what happened in the First Republic was the issue of the majority and the minority tribes. They were to be seen and not heard. And in an attempt to remove this log in our path, they decided to divide Nigeria into 6 geopolitical zones, and the 6 top positions was divided among them. And now, you know what you do? That nobody, no tribe, no zone will go home with 0. Because that confirms that you are also a member of this association. You are a member, a recognized member of the country called Nigeria. Now, our friends, when they came, they said, oh, we don't believe in zoning. Now, what did they do? Didn't they copy what we did? Where is the president from? Northwest. Where is this vice president from? South. Where is the Senate president from? Northeast. Where is the speaker from? Southwest. Secretary to government, Northwest, Northeast. And then the chairman of their party was zoned to South-South. So you must balance it. When you find facts, stay on the facts. And yes, of course, we have some disagreements. We have some issues now in the PDP. But I am very confident. There is no godfather. There is nobody who will tell you, I am the kingmaker. It is not the private company of any individual. all of us unanimously own that party. And before we come out, there will be meetings, debates, discussions. That is the essence of democratic dispensation. It's not that one man will sit as the emperor and tell you you can go to toilet or you can go to the bathroom, you can eat, you may not eat. It is my son who will be here. My wife must be a perpetual senator. No, we don't do that in my party. Of course, we have a problem. I mean, look at Nigeria, from Sokoto to Calabar, from Maiduguri to Lagos, from Jigawa to the Delta. It's a massive country. And I am happy and I'm happy that I am in this kind of party. Our party is not a contraption, with strange bedfellows. So I want to assure you, and I want to assure the listeners that our party, we will rise above this. What you are seeing now are still discussions, and at the appropriate time, the leaders will come, and we will present a sound and respectable and responsible Nigerian as our own candidate. No doubt in my head. But talking about what we did before, there is something that is markedly different. We came out during Jonathan's time, and he conceptualized the idea of skill acquisition program for the younger generation, to give them hope, to give them a sense of belonging for the future. In Furo, in Oshodi here, you want to be a tailor, you want to be a mason, you want to be a carpenter, you want to be... The government set aside a huge sum of money so that if you go to that training, and it was all over the country, we were not distributing cash like we were back in the Stone Age. That is like a voodoo economics. We were giving people tools. We were training them to acquire a skill that will make them feed their family forever. What happened? They threw it away. So what is wrong in that? But now, physical cash, they are distributing money in 21st century. It's mind-boggling to me. Now, how do you collect that kind of cash? Who distributes it? Who counts it? Who is accountable for the returns? It's our money. And it's so archaic and mundane that such a thing drives me nuts. Look at the skill acquisition program of PDP. It is novel and would have helped so many of these children. And I want to tell you something. At that time, most of those who went, once they finished their training at Furo, they turned them into cooperatives and they give them interest-free loan. What else can you do?
Good, sir.
And we monitor how they are growing. But suddenly, with APC, it's gone.
Well, sir, two quick things.
We are very different.
Two quick things, sir, by way of clarification. There are persons who hold the view that your constant criticism of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is basically out of jealousy.
Yes.
Because since 1999, that he has been the kingmaker in Lagos politics, the PDP has not been able to dislodge him or persons who succeeded him. And that because of that, you are probably jealous of the success of his own politics in Lagos. And secondly, you talked about kingmakers. Well, I guess Ibadan will be an exception to the rule, because in Ibadan, kingmakers also become king in Ibadan, given the pattern of a succession that they have in place in Ibadan. But that's by the way. The question I was going to ask you were military governor before now, and we have this issue about state police most recently. The president of Nigeria saying state police is not an option, contrary to what some other people believe. And most recently in Lagos also, we had that incident in Magodo, where a chief superintendent of police refused to take directives from the governor of Lagos State. State police, basically, I don't know whether you want to comment on my earlier observations also.
Absolutely. It has become a political matter. and you have rolled in so much questions within your discussion. But I'll pick them up very quickly and analyze it. First of all, there's nothing personal between me and him. If you think that they have won elections through these manipulations, when if you cast your vote at the polling station, by the time they get to the collation center, they will prevent our own people from coming in because they use the police against us, and they manipulate the results. If you remember, what happened when Jega, professor, was collating figures in Abuja? People were physically, in the 21st century, physically carrying results. And who tells you that they cannot manipulate it? If you score 294 at your polling station, by the time it gets to the collation center, somebody would have put a 9 in front because they won't allow you to see it. It's a charade. This other electronic transfer will make a lot of sense. And even in the selection process, this is where I disagree, and I'm not very happy with what the president did. They should have allowed direct primaries. That's what is done in civilized societies. Every card-carrying member of the party will be allowed to queue up and vote for his own choice at the primary. So if you don't do that, it is still a joke. But having said that, there is absolutely nothing personal. You said he kept on winning Lagos. He kept on winning Lagos. You can see what has become of Lagos. You want to know all the highfalutin treasures that he has acquired? A typical example, not too far from here, is the local government secretariat of Ikoyi, Obalende. He acquired it. I mean, for himself. What about the nursing school on Awolowo Road? What about the bar beach? You know, and so many things he has acquired. But the day of reckoning will come. And the fact that you keep saying, yes, why is it that there are cacophony of voices in their party today? People are now rebelling that this man who is perpetually acquiring their resources for his benefit and his family. End of story. This year is going to be the most interesting year in the annals of our history. And I'm looking forward to the big fight. And it will not be a dog fight. We will come with facts. We will come with things that people will see. And I want to appeal to Nigerians. This is not the time to get into some quiet. This is the time to listen, to ask. When they come to you trying to give you stipends so that they can buy your votes, remember, the future of your children will be involved. So the man who is coming with the money, who will carry bullion vans to carry money on the day of election to a private home, he should be cool enough now in somewhere else. So yes, there is absolutely nothing personal. You know, we have always been debating, and somehow we saw the problems in our own procedure too, and we are making arrangements to make sure that such areas we will seal those leakages. You know, it's normal, and you will soon see the flooding of people who are completely dissatisfied with the APC in Lagos are coming to join our party. And now that we are going to be electronically transferring results, it means no interlopers. We also, I want to appeal to the chairman of INEC. I know him. Highly respectable, responsible gentleman. He owes this country this. We must get a company with a foolproof equipment, not the one that can still be manipulated. Because, you know, in computers, the software, they can do all kinds of things. Don't go to China now and tell us you want to bring it. the one used by the Americans in the last election. Solid gold. Solid gold. So something that they will prove it to us, they will show it to us, and we will be happy about it. Then he would have played his own part. We are tired of these manipulations, and you know, what else do I want in my life? I thank the Almighty God. This country trained me. I must see it. I must put something back that would enhance the economic and scholastic development of this nation. We should not sit on our back and say it's not part, I'm not part of it. Whatever they want to do, they can do. There is no other country which we can claim but here, and we must.
Well, thank you, sir. Now, moving on to the really important issue of economic sabotage, I'd like you to weigh in on the allegations that the Navy, in which you served as a Commodore, is colluding with criminals in Nigeria with regards to oil theft and illegal refineries in which they profit from or at least turn a blind eye to. And this has actually been acknowledged by Chief of Naval Staff Rear Admiral Gambo, but he makes it out to be a few bad eggs rather than a systemic issue. What is your take on it?
Now, you know, I spent 25 years in the Navy. And if I tell you that they are all Holy Spirits there, it's a joke. But it is the responsibility of the managers, especially with the chief and his directors at the naval headquarters, and the flag officers in the east and west commands, can ensure bad eggs are there all over. You know, even in the most civilized country. But that is where you have the laws, the rules, and punishment for those who flout the laws. So if they are doing it, they have a way, and they know it's as old as the Navy itself, that some people will be greedy, some will be very honest, and they can fish out, you know, some of these bad eggs, and no matter who they are, at whatever level of responsibility, they should be punished, because it's a disgrace. Because the military service, it's you need people who will be with a sound ability for loyalty. That's the key name, loyalty. And I forgot to answer the issue on the police. You know, any system, any country, policing is local. Policing is community-based. Yes, we need the national police, like they have in America. You know, we have copied the American system. The FBI is the national police there. But in every local government, they call it county police. Every local government has a police because they want the security of lives and property of those who live in that community. The same with their state police. We must be fooling ourselves if we think that what we are running now, we are adequately policing this country. It's a joke. You cannot discountenance the fact that it cannot be effective. Yes, we need national police. You know, when the Southwest governors were talking about the Amotekun, like a local police, to support the security operations, the only state in the Southwest who refused and who countered it was Lagos State. So if he got what they did to him, he deserved it. He said, I don't want any Amotekun. We have our own structure. Have we? Okay, you have seen the structure now. And that has proven that there are certain levels. Yes, federal government will have its own level. The states will have their own input. And it's supposed to be, supposedly, the chief security officer of the state. So what a disgrace. You now went there, you are telling that young officer that he should call the IG. He said, sir, I can't call the IG. You call the IG yourself. He should, and they are all. This is federal government, APC government. This is Lagos State government, APC governor. The center cannot hold anymore. It's a joke. It was the greed in Bola Tinubu that brought all of them together. And you know, one other funny thing, he comes out and says he's the national leader of the party in a system that we borrowed from the American people. No, the president is the national leader of the party. Right now, Biden is the national leader of the Democratic Party. So how can you be over promoting yourself? You are this, you are that, as if it's your private company. Their party is a contraption, and totally hopeless. And anyway, Nigerians will decide. We will make sure that nobody will manipulate the results. The whole world is watching us. And this is a year of make or break, because we have seen all kinds of characterization. People with half lies, people with zero lies, truth. And democracy cannot succeed without people who are truthful. That's why some of us decided that whatever it takes, at this age of ours, we will go to any length to make sure that Nigerians will hear this voice. We must continuously be talking and telling the truth to power. If we don't do it, then what are we alive for?
Right. So you've painted your party as the messiah now because of the political situation. But a lot of people will still say to you that if your party had not failed in 2015, probably the APC will not get a chance. Now, what do you say as regards that? And secondly, who are those in your party, that can match the APC now, power for power, maybe the likes of Tinubu's in the APC and some other people? Who are those in your party now, since you've been able to confirm that your party is still disjointed now? They've not gotten leeway as regards where power is even going to go in the first place.
No, I beg you. Your choice of words, the last thing there, that our party is in comatose. No, our party is not. I just explained to you, in a political party, you will have people who will have certain opinions, others another sets of opinions. But I said the quality of the party will be measured by how you are able to moderate yourself and come out with a unified solution. That is what democracy is. Not a 100-meter dash race. No, it is a continuity. It's like nation building. Your generation cannot say, "Oh, we built it up here; it's over." No, you must continuously be building it, and that's what I was saying. Yes, we have disagreement. It is normal. Look at the American system. That is the largest democracy in the world. Look at what is happening in the Democratic Party. So if you say we disagree, it doesn't mean we are disagreeable. No. The beauty of democracy is that you must have robust debate, discussions, and you will listen to all sides. And the better person with better ideas will win. Once that is done, we all go out as a unified group to convince Nigerians on our own programs. Now, you asked that we lost the election in 2015.
Yeah, you lost the election in 2015 because you failed.
That election.
No, but I mean, the results were out there. You lost. The PDP lost the election. I mean, if the PDP didn't lose the election, President Buhari would not emerge. You lost.
Let me tell you something. I am happy they are trying to modernize our electoral process. You said we lost that election? We were monitoring. If you remember, Orubebe, the former minister, was there at the collation center while he was telling them that these are schemes, these are manipulated results you are bringing, where children were voting. You are still claiming that that was the right way to go? This is the result you have found.
But you didn't challenge it in court.
That when General...
You didn't challenge the election in court. You accepted the result. President Jonathan called President Buhari to congratulate him. So you lost. You lost the 2015 election.
And let me tell you, to the undiscerning eyes, yes, we lost. And they went to President Jonathan, General Abdul Salam, and the ECOWAS executive secretary went to him that, please don't let this thing get out of hands. We cannot afford to allow people to start fighting up and down. Boko Haram at that time was raging, and that we needed peace in this country. And one mistake that he made, and we accepted for peaceful purposes, was that, okay, I will not go and read the statement of President Jonathan that it is not worth spilling the blood of Nigerians because of political ambition. Remember what he said in his acceptance, in his speech. So I am also reliably informed that President Buhari was shocked that he has accepted, for the sake of this country. You know, look at America, the largest democratic country in the world. Up till now, Trump is still shouting that it was a stolen election. But that is why I am begging those in authority, especially Mr. President, to make sure that whatever it takes to seal all the loopholes, let's join the civilized world. We cannot, at this stage of ours, God made Nigeria a special nation. There is hardly any known field of endeavor that you will not find one Nigerian as an expert. Why are we like this? Why are we in the Committee of Nations, the giant of Africa? What is going on? Where are the investors? These are things that we will use. They will look at it and be convinced that it is safe, it is right to bring their money to invest in our country. It has unbelievable effects if we don't do it right. No businessman will bring his money to invest here. To do what? Look at Lebanon today. Look at Somalia today. Look at Sudan. These are nations. And the Americans have started to warn themselves that democracy can die. We haven't even gotten to that level. But let's do it right. Democracy sits on a tripod, a three-legged body. And that is what makes it stable. Justice, fairness, and equity. Three-legged body. That is where the platform sits. If you destabilize it and you think you are okay, you will keep on wobbling until the whole thing will collapse. For God's sake, I am requesting, let's do what is right. Let's do what is just. And let's do what is equitable. For the sake of the indigents of this country. Otherwise, if you cannot tell the truth to power, you allow people with fake documentation. They are with a pack of lies to woo themselves into power. What do you think you will get? Let's do it. We have gone now halfway house. Thanking them that, okay, they have now accepted. Because since Iwu came, Professor Iwu, as the INEC chief, they brought this electronic voting. They rejected it at that time. So somehow, I want to thank all those boys who are, in the National Assembly, that they are accepting. This bill is the president's bill. Let's move away from the doldrums of filth, the doldrums of ever. Liars.
Well, on that
Please.
note, sir, on that note, we'd like to thank you very much, Chief Bode George, for joining us on the morning show.